Kindly give me an explanation.
You know, the standard here is higher.
21 gigawatts!
Good evening. Tonight, our top story. The arms race in the league continues as coaches continue to add high-caliber players. Also, Coach Leor Gillerman tries to pull his team from the league at the last minute. We've seen some failures in sober October. The Thursday night softball skate was canceled. And finally, the Gray victory over the Vipers put into doubt, cast into doubt, really in doubt after roster issues come to light. All tonight on Around the League. Well, we're seeing some new faces in the league. And the people that we're seeing, they're not low caliber players. They're not guys who started playing when they were 31. They're guys who are really, really good at hockey. At least for our league, which is kind of like a C league. Let's talk about it right now. Red team, they added Timmy Perks, who normally plays in C's league. This player is basically excellent. And the only thing better than his hockey game is, in fact, his hair. So, red team coming up stacked. They added Timmy Perks, Levy, Cloud, Hoffmeister, Wolney, and Nick Soa showing up in the goal crease for the red team. We haven't even seen the blue team and their squad of ringers. I'm sure we'll see that this Sunday. But let's talk about Orange Team. Orange Team, they were the leading team in the league for years. And now they've already added to a very strong roster, which includes Langlais, Alex Bruce, the Chippy brothers, the Slicker brothers, and Adam Parrott, who put the league on notice and then converted in his opening game. He had a goal or two. Now they got LaPlante, Stockton, Briard, Verona. So Coach Dennis Miller did a real good job in the offseason bringing in what we might call ringers. So let's see what else we got here. Let's talk Lakers. Lakers won the championship in the spring season, and Shedrick added another championship in the summer season. Shedrick actually got so many ringers in the offseason, adding Chris LeMessurier, Danny Herron came on the team, Green Gloves, who was considered his best player in the summertime. He's got Van Kampen, Goldman, Higgins. I don't know who these guys are, but they look pretty good out there. That's their team didn't even include Cam this weekend. So Lakers also looking stacked. Great team. Well, we're going to talk about them in a little bit. But Brandon Rodriguez joining the team full-time now, it looks like. John Pranch on the roster, we didn't see him. However, well, we'll get to that in due time. Who else are we talking about? Oh, the Vipers. Vipers running with the same team. We did add Ryan White, who played with us last season a few times as a defenseman. He's a solid defenseman back there. And we added Grant Klimkevich in net. So, Vipers basically running with the same team. All the other teams, except for the blue team that we haven't seen yet, have clearly added ringers to their roster. So that's the situation in the league. The arms race continues as we are rapidly headed towards a B league that many of these guys are not going to be able to play in. Moving right along here, the Thursday night softball skate was canceled. They didn't have enough goalies. In fact, I don't think they had any goalies to play, and so the skate had to be canceled. The previous week they were playing 4-on-4 out there, so not looking real good. Not looking good for the Thursday night skate. Hoping that maybe they can make some adjustments to the management or find somebody who can run a skate and fill it up, because it's a lot more fun to play with guys in the bench. It creates a better skate. Unless my brother's playing, of course, when you won't get any ice time. Well, the commissioner of the league received a phone call less than 48 hours before the start of the skate. And in that phone call, the black team coach, Leor Gillerman, said that his team wasn't really ready to go. They weren't trying to play, and they were going to pull out of the league. However, the other players on the team actually didn't want to do that, and the rest of the league didn't want that either. So we are running with 7 teams. Black team is in the league, and they will be participating. So, thumbs up for that. We're glad to have you, and we'll be glad to see Leor when he shows up. And that's all I'll say about that. Okay, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Hot and Cold. Let's find out who's hot this week. First of all, we got the blue goalie, Palmer Kokesh. Kokesh actually wasn't playing for blue because they had a bye week this week, but he was in net for the black team. And he put together an excellent performance. The black team did end up losing that game, but just by 1 goal. So Kokesh with an excellent stringing together, an excellent showing there on Sunday night, and he will be back in net for the blue team. Correction, he will be gone this week for the blue team, and it's not clear if Doug Peacock is going to be coming back as the black goaltender. Also hot, we got Timmy Perks. That was the first time I saw him playing for the red team. I've seen him rep before, but hadn't seen him play, and he's pretty darn good. So we got Timmy Perks is hot. Also, Dennis Miller, the coach of the orange team, for his GM skills and coaching skills and adding more ringers to the orange roster. Finally, the Lakers management group adding LeMessurier and Danny Herron to the roster. Lakers looking strong. Now, let's talk about who's cold. Now, the first one I got for you, it's going to be a little counterintuitive, but it's the Lakers offense. They only produced 2 goals this week with a team of all-stars. You got to ask what's happening. It may be a case like the Toronto Maple Leafs of too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, as they say. But Lakers only producing 2 goals with that many good players against the black team. They're cold. Also, Grant Klimkevich, he didn't necessarily have a good showing there in that third period, especially at the end. Now, that may just have been a glitch in the matrix. That may just have been bad luck. And I think it was for our team. But obviously, you can't give up the game at the end there. And so we got him on the cold list. And we expect him to bounce back this week, though. Shouldn't be an issue for him. Finally on the cold list, John Pranch, who moved to the Upper Peninsula not too long ago. And so with the weather changing, he's definitely cold right now. Don't know about his hockey game, but imagine that's about the same. And that's hot and cold for this week, folks. And our final story for the night. The great victory over the Vipers last Sunday is in doubt after a false roster comes to light. In fact, the Gray team was using illegal substitutes who were not on the roster. And furthermore, Mike Taylor, number 13, not a rostered player. I think he had a hat trick that game, at least 2 goals. So obviously that's, well, it is kind of par for the course in this league to be using players that aren't on your team. And, you know, the team that cheats the best tends to do the best in this league. It's an ongoing problem. It's unclear whether the Vipers coach, Guy Robert, will be challenging that. Guy's a pretty good sport and usually doesn't, you know, isn't one for the ticky-tacky stuff. But, yeah, bottom line, roster, non-compliant.